First of all, my recognition to His Excellency, the President of Mauritius. Thank you very much, sir, for being here. The Honorable Justice Thiru Vimala and the distinguished guest on the dais. I would like to introduce myself. As has been told that there's a small correction. It's Life Help Center for the Handicapped is an organization from India and not from America. And I represent an organization called Life Help Charity Foundation, which is established in the United States. So I thank Dr. V.R.S. Sampath for giving this opportunity for us to be here. And he himself is a big example for being socially responsible, for bringing all the people around the world over here. So first, all of you should give him a great round of applause. So, as a saying goes that we make a living by what we get, but we make a life by what we give. Was said by Winston Churchill. Social responsibility is an ethical framework and suggests that an entity, be it an organization or individual, has an obligation to act for the benefit of society at large. Social responsibility is a duty every individual has to perform so as to maintain a balance between the economy and its ecosystem. It is also meant to achieve sustainability. Adopting key social responsibility principles, such as accountability and transparency, can help ensure the long-term viability and success of any organization or systems. Being socially responsible means that people and organizations must behave ethically and with sensitivity towards social, cultural, economical, and environmental issues. Friends, as you know that India was the first country to make it mandatory that all corporates contribute towards the social responsibility program. And since 2013, more than 13,500 companies have been actively involved with corporate social responsibility programs. And as per the data of 2016, on an annually, there is about 4,500 crores being spent on corporate social responsibility programs. Now, this is a very interesting factor that most of the corporates are coming forward to be responsible enough to giving it back to the community, and are striving very hard to implement projects and programs which would involve the community in the grassroots level and trying to help the people in large, merely focusing more on to education sector, rural development, and healthcare. Now, the most interesting factor which happens in India is most of the companies are adopting villages, and they're trying to make model villages in the country. And one such successful story is with the Aditya Birla Group, which has adopted 99 villages in India and has successfully transformed them as model villages. There are many success stories which are going on in our country, and most of it is because of the philanthropical nature inborn with the people of our country, which has driven this particular corporate social responsibility program as a mandatory program, and we should be very happy that India has been able to do this. I have been involved with this social organization for the last 23 years, and I have worked with a lot of corporate organizations in India in implementing many projects across 6 states in the country. And most of my projects have been involved with working with corporates and with corporate funding. So it gave us an idea. I'm actually here to say that how this corporate responsibility program would work for anyone to actually do some meaningful programs and projects within the community and within their system. We decided that we will also try to work more with corporates in a more professional way, and therefore we started the charity foundation in the United States. In the United States, it's not mandatory, but then most of the corporates give the funding to match the individual sponsorships which different foundations would come up with. And that is the reason why we formed a charity foundation with like-minded Tamil people in the East Coast of America. And it's 2 years now, and we have come up with doing a lot of programs across the world. So, social responsibility is more driven first by an individual social responsibility. It might appear as a new concept in relation to the corporate social responsibility, but it is a concept as old, and individual social responsibility is at the roots of the corporate social responsibility, because the corporates comprises of individual people with an expression of an interest towards what's happening in the community, as well as the active participation in solving some of the local problems. Under community, we understand the village, the small town, or the residential complex in a big city where lives every one of us. And everybody is involved in developing the ecosystem and the environment where everyone lives and develop the community. There are a lot of programs and projects available in every system. And here in India, there is a lot of opportunity where many programs and projects, more community development projects could be achieved. Corporate social responsibility is a broad term used to describe a company's efforts to improve society in some way. These efforts can range from donating money to non-profits to implementing environmentally friendly policies in the workplace. Or all social responsibility, both individual and corporate, is voluntary. It is about giving both above and beyond what is called by law a legal responsibility. Most of the corporate social responsibility programs are based on rural development, health care, education, watershed management programs, and mostly concentrating on developing model villages. Every one of here who's here should actually think that all of us have got the right to emphasize more on the social responsibility programs and try to convince corporates to support not only the communities but also institutions working with the communities. So, in every country there is a different practice, and as far as I know that India has actually masterminded this and is following a good system. Thank you everyone for giving this opportunity, and hope we can talk more on the corporate social responsibility in person. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Blaise Kannan, for having finished his paper within this time. Now it's time for honoring the speakers of this session. Now, may I request President of Mauritius to come upon the dais to honor the dais, to honor the speakers of this session. His Excellency Paramasum Pillai Vaiyapuri, President of Mauritius acting, is going to honor these speakers of this session. Honorable Justice Dr.
Thank you all. We are extremely happy that you have explained the corporate social responsibility to the people, and it was a great session.